We finally get a Chizuru POV? Ayo guys, we are back for Rent-A-Girlfriend Tuesdays. We are at chapter 398 and boy are we running headfast into chapter 400. But today's chapter has dropped my jaw to the floor, so let's not waste any more time and kick the video off by hitting the like and hype buttons. That would help me out so much. And subscribe because Kazuya still has a lot of growing to do. And also let me know, do you guys see the hype buttons on your screen? I see it in the comments section only on YouTube mobile, but I can hype my own videos. But let me know down in the comments if you see that. Well anyways, we start the chapter off with a reunion with Minnie and having another meeting at the diner, which I'll just dub Denny's. They have Denny's out in Japan. And as we flip the page, we get another chapter cover page, and this time it's not Chizuru, but it's Minnie looking cute in her schoolgirl cosplay, throwing out finger hearts, and Kazuya also hitting a heart pose. And there's two things that's really interesting about this chapter cover page, because there's a contrast here, but we'll talk about it at the end of the chapter. But the other interesting note, which I can point to now, is the title. We are back to Parting Ways with My Girlfriend episode 3, because once again this first half of the chapter once again is confirming to me that Kazuya will be sticking to the separation arc and working on his own self-improvement arc, because he's still an oblivious mess. The first part of this chapter just feels like nonsense to me. We are still talking about the research and we're getting to the conclusion of a final research, which yes, this could be considered that, but now that the kiss is still not a conclusive answer to Kazuya, and then Minnie just breaks out in laughter. I see this laughter in two ways, because there's the obvious what the manga says and then my interpretation of it. My interpretation is that Minnie is laughing at him because how are you still doubting the kiss? You won. That kiss means that you won. But I mean, she did mention that they should kiss and figure out their own feelings in that way, but she never expected them to take it seriously. But if Chizuru already agreed to going out on a date and being excited about it, why are you still so nervous? So Kazuya, who's been really nervous about Umi and doesn't even want to mention him, brings up that, hey, I got a call from Umi. And that also felt like such a non-factor because they don't really even talk about it. Because then they just proceed to talk about how a kiss can be an answer or how it can't mean an answer. The only way it could be an answer if you do feel a spark. So if there's no spark, then bam, you are shit out of luck. But then they kind of get into even more semantics and how kisses could mean anything, because if you're an actor, you kiss because it's part of the job. Which once again would fuel the doubters. Or how even girls kiss when they're out with friends because they're just out drinking together and just, hey, you know, let's practice kissing. That's cool too, right? Which, yeah, Kazuya, scandalous indeed. Like, girls can do it, but the boys can't? Like, come on. But then Kazuya he's such an oblivious mess. He questions, what does a spark mean? And Minnie comes to the conclusion that it's like your heart skipping a beat. And at this point, Kazuya is his own biggest deterrent, his own odd, because he starts to doubt that the kiss confirms he won, because he can't confidently say that Chizuru skipped a beat, that she felt this spark. So he starts to lack confidence, thinking that it was just a research and that maybe he didn't pass the research. And Minnie looks interesting here once again, and I know that once again people will bring up that Minnie is in love with Kazuya. I know that the theories are coming, and especially the theories that she is purposely feeding him the wrong information. I've never believed in it, because once again here she reassures him that he should not stress on it. Chizuru already gave a date to when she's ready to have a boyfriend, that she already said yes to the date, and she mentioned how she's looking forward to it. So all Kazuya should be doing right now is shutting up and getting to work and making himself a better man for Chizuru, and now they can continue celebrating on the win of getting the date. And here I feel like the first part of the chapter just feels like such a non-factor when we reach the second half. We just once again reassure that Kazuya is still a nervous wreck who lacks confidence and can catch a clue, but the only real concern is Umi and what he wants, but that's for another chapter. And even though this feels like the end of the chapter, and oh boy, here goes Kazuya renting girls again, but the chapter doesn't end because we get to see that Chizuru is doing her everyday chores, but she can't stop thinking about Kazuya. And as her day starts to wind down, she's having dinner and she's watching a drama. She sees a couple kissing on the TV screen and her heart starts to skip a beat. And here we are taken back to chapter 385, but from Chizuru's point of view, and finally we get to see this. We get another confirmation on Chizuru's feelings. And I just want to bring this up because so many people were so quick to point this as a farewell kiss or Chizuru manipulating Kazuya, but as you can see, and you can also argue, you can see that this was the final research for Chizuru. I hate to say that word, but how else could you describe it? And we see that Chizuru is totally shaken up by that kiss. She did it. She finally got her kiss. Because let's not forget that she's been wanting this too. And she is brought down by the kiss as we see her breathing hard. Her heart is skipping a beat. And hold up, is she having a heart attack? No, because look at this face. Look at her face, guys. And then she continues to act so clueless here to say, what is this? Like, you know what this is. Stop fighting it, Chizuru. And then the chapter ends with Chizuru looking at Kazuya's key on the floor. Look at her. She is defeated, talking to her grandma. So you're saying that something is wrong with her. This girl is lovesick. And where is Kazuya? Why isn't Kazuya here? I've been screaming, Kazuya, go back to her. This was an insane way to end the chapter, and I've been saying it, screaming it for a while since chapter 385. Hell, since even chapter 383 with Kazuya piggybacked her back home. Chizuru has been in love, but she has been conflicted by it. And it's frustrating at this point that she is still confused by her feelings. But at least us, the readers, can finally see that there is no denying it. And I will continue screaming that Kazuya should not be on this separation arc. He should be reuniting with Chizuru. Because as Minnie said, if you kiss somebody to see if you feel that spark, and a spark that can only be defined as your heart skipping a beat, and Chizuru is experiencing all of this, so what does it mean? There's no denying it, guys. She is in love. And Chizuru has got it so bad for Kazuya right now. She can't stop thinking about the kiss or him. She has already formally rejected Umi because she only has eyes for that one person. She has thrown it all out there that she is busy right now, but she wants a boyfriend on July 11th. And now we can finally get to see her smile that she's so happy that the boy she wants the most has finally asked her out on a date again after having her own doubts. At this point, I don't think that Chizuru can hold off until July 11th. Like, look at her. She is on the floor fighting for her life. Like, seriously, Kazuya needs to hurry up because love sickness could be fatal. At this point in the manga, we just have to wait for Kazuya to stop getting in his own way because Chizuru is done with her research, even if she is still confused by it. Kazuya just really needs to hurry up on his self-improvement arc and stop making Chizuru suffer and keeping her waiting. Now, that first interesting note from the chapter cover page is here on the final page because Chizuru was not wearing this outfit earlier. And as we saw, Minnie is wearing a schoolgirl outfit, and here it looks like Chizuru is also wearing a schoolgirl outfit like the one from Kaguya-sama Love is War. Is that a sign once again? Chizuru is slowly realizing that yes, she is in love and she is losing the war, and that's why she's fighting for her life right now. No, but seriously, what could it mean? When did she actually change outfits? Is this even the same night? And I also can't find any point in time in the manga when she's actually wearing this specific outfit. If anyone knows, let me know down in the comments. I was thinking that maybe this was a flashback of her talking to Grandma Sayuri, but what if this is her in the future or a different day where she's getting ready for her play? I guess until we actually get to see the play and see this outfit, will we get a confirmation? Because for the meantime, I don't know. Let's just hope that the next chapter shows us what is going on with this outfit. But yeah, guys, that's all I have to say about this chapter, and what an insane way to end it. I'm so happy to finally get a Chizuru POV, and what a confirmation, especially for the doubters doubting that kiss. So let me know what you guys thought about the chapter in the comments down below. How much more will Kazuya keep doubting himself even though he seemingly won this war? Or the battle? I guess if he keeps her waiting, she could change her mind and move on. But as always, guys, if you made it this far into the video, don't forget to hit the like and hype buttons. That would help me out so much. And while you're down there, why not hit the subscribe button and help me make it to July 11th? Because it looks like Chizuru is not going to make it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. What are you guys dressing up for Halloween?